is up, guys? Welcome to February. How's everybody doing?
What up?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to February. Oh, so Grant, you must not be on call anymore, right?
No, went off call yesterday morning at 7 a.m.
Sweet.
Glad
Yeah,
to hear it.
3 weeks of no call, as
Nice.
far as I know. Of course, the senior guy wants to take off next week, so we'll see who has to take that. I don't want to. Janet's birthday weekend, Super Bowl weekend. Did you guys watch any football this weekend?
Shoot, yeah, man. I'm telling you, these have been the best playoff games that I've watched in maybe ever. I mean, I've been watching football a long time. And every year, yeah, there's good playoff games here and there within the playoffs, but there's also some blowouts. And there was not a single blowout this year. They were all competitive, typically came down to the final, play or two of the game. It's just been, it was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I heard all about it. I saw what was going on. I saw that Bengals game. Everybody was just blowing up about that thing when they turned that thing around. Yeah. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get into football this year at all. I'm a Packers fan, so it was like, this year just went wrong for us. It wasn't a bad year, but it was just like the writing was on the wall.
So yeah, it wasn't a bad year. Number one seed in the NFC. You just got beat in the playoffs. That's all.
Yeah, but it's first round, and I'm a Packers fan and a Texans fan, and I can't even. How am I even supposed to talk about being a Texans fan right now? And I feel like that's an every year thing with the Texans.
Yeah, they're right there with Detroit Lions.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's the Lions of the South.
Yep. Yeah, and your quarterback's probably going to be our quarterback this year.
Hey, have at it. He hadn't done much on our end. You're welcome to him. If you guys got like maybe a half-used, washing machine or something, we can get in a trade. We're game.
Deal. He's just the league MVP last year, and probably will be the league MVP this year too.
If he can hit the field. Real quick here. Hey, let's hit up the chat. We got a lot of people in here. We got a lot of people to say hello to. Yeah. What is up, everybody? We got Peter. We got NBA. Danny Baker. How you doing there, man? Mr. Ben Covarrubias, sir. Man, I had something to talk to you about now. I completely forgot what it was, but welcome. Appreciate you joining us, man. It'll come back to me here. Walter TX. I don't recognize your name, man. Where are you from? You new here? That's a Corpus Christi guy right there. I like that. Yeah. We also got Corpus Christi Chris, Saints fan. I can totally appreciate that. I like the Saints myself. I'm a Drew Brees fan. Corpus Christi Chris here. I ran into his channel just the other day. I was fumbling through YouTube and I was looking for videos and stuff like that. This gentleman is new to the fishing scene on YouTube and has a really, really decent YouTube channel. Sir, you do a really good job. I'm totally stoked that you're joining us today because I really like your work, sir. I'm looking forward to getting to hang out with you in the near future here.
Got Mark J in the house.
I completely missed the people who are all up at the top of the chat here. Sorry about that. Mr. David Martin, Brandon O'Neill. Gentlemen, appreciate you guys all coming and hanging out with us today. We got a good one. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Shannon.
I'm sorry. Shannon. So we've got a video coming out. All kinds of stuff to talk about today. It's gonna be jam-packed hour. We're gonna cram as much in here as we physically can. So we have our giveaway. So if you guys don't know, we do our giveaway on our channel where we went and at the very beginning of this season of fishing content, we buried treasure on Padre Island. And we left clues to where that treasure is in the videos for the course of the season. There's 2 prizes available in that. One of them is a gift card online for somebody who finds that treasure. And the second one is the person who can actually track down all those clues and do it again. That treasure is still buried on Padre Island, and you are welcome to go out there and dig it up. So we're leaving the clues. You want to check out season 4 of all of our videos on the Stanley Orchard channel. Go hit it, check it out. I want to see the pictures of when you go and dig up that buried treasure because I don't know. I just want to see the look on your face of somebody going out there and actually digging up an actual treasure chest with stuff inside of it. It's there for you. But Shannon Naylor, again, she was the winner of the online gift card. And I couldn't be more happy to announce that. We have a video coming out. I'm editing it now, so it'll probably be Thursday or something like that by the time it gets published. But Shannon, I got you in that video. We're going to be talking about it, announce it to everybody else. I had to remove your comment because I didn't want anybody knowing where the treasure was Anybody who wants to go back and actually dig it up on Pottery Island, it's still there. You got to watch season 4. Look out for the clues because it's still there.
Hey,
Shannon, congratulations.
Shannon, $5 and you give me that location of that treasure so I can dig it up.
Shannon. So I was prepared for these kinds of offers, Shannon. And I got to tell you, I believe I need to double check this. I haven't double checked it because we'll talk about last week in just a minute here. But so I believe I still have your address from the last time you won, which was a couple years ago. And it was really like, it was really nostalgic going back and watching the video of when you won the last one. That was really fun. I wanted to include that. YouTube's really weird about downloading video stuff. I don't know if I can. It was a fun video. And that having been said, so I have your address. You are also one of our very memorable first 1,000 subscribers on the channel here. So I have other stuff headed your direction in the near future here. We've got some stuff we're going to be mailing out to everybody who was, kind enough to give me their mailing address over the last couple of years. So you can't give away the secrets. Otherwise, I won't be mailing you all this fun stuff I've got for you.
Oh, rude.
Yeah. So I got you, John. I knew you were going to be doing that. So real quick here, we have a very special guest today. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on now because we're ready for it. I've been waiting for it. I'm super excited about this.
Drum roll.
I've been all day long. I've been trying to hide like the whole thing about it. So here it is. Without further ado, we have Steve and Chris from Holland Ash, the gentleman who used to host the show.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Guys, how are y'all doing, man?
Hey, guys.
Who's the old guy? I recognize Chris. I don't know who the old guy is.
Chris, good to see you.
You got to look in the mirror, buddy.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Well, Stanley, thank you for asking us to be on as a surprise guest. It was quite an honor. Miss you guys. Miss you guys a lot.
We missed you too.
Life just got busy for me, and some things had to get shifted. So,
yeah,
glad to be here.
So It's been a minute. It's been a couple of months. Fill us in. What have you been doing? What projects have you been working on? What kept you from joining us on here? And what exciting things can everybody expect to see from you in 2022?
Well, Chris and I have not been fishing since, the Au Gray collaboration. A week after that, Chris and I went fishing up in where the hell it was, Seaboing, walleye fishing. And I did put a video about that quite late. That's the last time. So I'm going to say maybe late June, Chris, last time we've been fishing. Yeah, last time we've been fishing. I'm sorry, guys. That's the way it was. We just kind of fell out of the desire to go, had other things that were much more pressing in both of our lives. And so what am I doing? Well, I have this father that's 96 years old, and he keeps me very busy, taking him to get the things that he needs to get done. Thankfully, I got a cousin that takes him to his doctor visits and stuff like that. But that's been a lot of it is just I have this commitment, and I have to take care of that.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody, there's not a single person here that would not understand and appreciate that. And I'm sure that there's a lot of people here. People in the chat want to chime in on this. Feel free. I know that my personal sentiment is if I had the opportunities to spend that time with my grandparents, I'd be doing that in a heartbeat. In fact, that's one of the things that I'm really enjoying about my life right now is the time that I do get to spend with my family. I'm trying to soak up just as much of it as I physically can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's that, and part of that too is getting back to spending time with my dad has kind of put me back into how I grew up and what I used to do, and of course we were farmers, and that's I started that other channel, and that really has kept me very busy. Angleside Farm is the name of my other channel. And that's kept me very busy getting things ready for upcoming this year. We're going to be raising more hogs, and we're putting in some sweet corn, pumpkins, that type of stuff. Chris has been busy out in the shop welding together gates and panels so that we can make those improvements. Not that we don't want to go fishing, because we do. And like I said, having 2 channels, I'm really bad at hauling ash right now. I have not made a video in a long time. However, I got a call today from a good friend, Rich. He said, why don't you guys come out and go crappie fishing? I didn't even tell Chris this. Nearby lake, they've been doing pretty well. So if that happens, then there will be a video on hauling ash, going crappie fishing. So,
Sweet.
I think I probably talked enough. I'm going to just sit back and listen now.
Yeah, we had to catch up. Shit.
No, I want to know if you guys did any hunting this year.
Yeah.
Well, that's a funny story. Last year, if you guys remember, we got like 5 deer off of this place. Yeah, 5 deer, and it was a banner year. This year, I seen a real nice 8-point buck right out the window opening day, and I had to take my dad to the insurance guy and all that stuff. So opening day did not happen for me early in the morning, and probably what I should have done, maybe it's a little bit illegal. I probably should have just shot that damn.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Okay.
Yeah, the key to that is you word it very carefully. You don't want to be incriminating, but word what you're about to say very carefully.
Said you should have. You didn't say you did.
Well,
Yeah.
I did, but some people probably would have seen that beautiful 8-point buck out there and grabbed the rifle. It was right next to them, and just put a round down range. But I didn't. So I got nothing. That's the only buck I seen all year. Chris managed to get one.
I got a doe, shot at a 6-point, missed that, shot at 2 other doe, and missed them.
And Junior got 1 or 2.
Junior got a 6-point.
Yeah, so they did pretty good. We do have meat in the freezer, but old Dad, he struck out this year.
Nice.
Yep.
Were you taking naps in that fancy deer blind?
Right.
For the record, anybody in the chat who doesn't know, so you need to check out Angleside Farm. I've got a link in the description there. Steve, you do have pictures of your deer blind and everything on social media and stuff. I assume you probably got on YouTube somewhere. He's got the best.
I've got that deer blind on both of my channels. What it was a 10x16 chicken coop when we used to have 30 hens here. And we got rid of the chickens, and that building sat out there, and it was, built it brand new. It was a nice building. Tried to give it away, and a lot of people wanted it, but they couldn't haul it away because it was too doggone tall, even on a low boy trailer. So it sat out there, and my wife says, you need to do something with it. You just can't leave it, around the barnyard. You need to do something with it. So I thought, all right, for now, just to appease her, I will haul it out and, use it for a deer blind. Well,
he did it.
As in everything that we seem to do, it evolves into more than what we set out for it to be. It became a heated, insulated, tongue and groove paneled deer blind. You could put a bunk bed in there and sleep overnight. You'd be very comfortable. So
60-inch widescreen in there. He's got a restroom in there. He's got a bar.
PS5.
It's off to a great start.
Yeah,
great start. Yeah. Like it's not even where it's gonna be at yet.
Like a 4-foot by 6-foot little square box.
It definitely still needs that pond in front of it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Waiting for that project.
I agree, Grant.
Waiting to see that project. That'll be fun.
Yep.
So did you have a good year for crops?
Soybeans did pretty good on my place. The corn did pretty good over on Dad's place. We just raised a couple of hogs here. This coming year, planning on, I don't know, I was looking at tonight what we're expanding on. We could probably do 40 head, and really in today's standards, that's like nothing. My friend up the road just put in 1,600 head of pigs the other day. So little 40 pigs out in my barn is nothing, but it's something that we can do and something that we can make some money at and enjoy what we do. So that's what that is.
See, Mountain Bushcrafters, dang Angleside condo.
That thing's wicked. I'm not gonna lie. Like we've joked about that before in the past. We were talking about because that thing is I would the other comparable things that I would look at is like Darren from Darren Northern's life. His ice shack was like, that thing was really awesome. I think Cole had like a pretty cool ice shack or something, and yours just like totally blows him out of the way. Blows them out of the water.
You see, all the hottest trend right now is those mini houses, those mini homes. That's basically what this is. It's one of those mini homes.
Actually, well, I guess you got it on the farm or something. That'd be something to consider renting that thing out.
Well, Chris has got one that he's been working on. The thing is solar powered. Tell us everything you got in that, Chris. It's pretty comfortable.
Solar power is pretty much the key. I mean, charge your phone, that way you're not getting too bored out there. And
Bored.
Insulated.
Yeah, it's insulated and
Nice windows that you can slide when you see a deer out there.
it's on a trailer, so it's mobile. So yeah,
Very nice. Very
nothing as
nice.
fancy as his, but it'll do.
Sounds good.
So I had a question about the hogs. You did the how to butcher, what it costs to raise and butcher a hog. Was that about what you expected, more or less? You think it's pretty good?
Actually, Grant, I thought it would cost me more. I was really surprised. I put a video up of what it costs to buy the pigs and what it costs to buy the feed, and then I was really surprised. I think it was like $1.86 a pound, if I remember right. And you think about that, that's bacon, that's pork chops, that's pork steak, that's everything. You can't go down to the local store and buy it for anything probably less than $5 a pound.
Yeah.
So that's my thing next year is however many we decide to grow. All I really want to do is make a little bit of profit. I'm not looking to get rich like some of these others are, but let's just say, for example, you wanted to buy one. Well, this is how many dollars per pound hanging on the rail, and then you call the slaughterhouse, get it cut how you want it, and you would pick it up. Right. So $1.86 I thought was pretty doggone cheap for a 260-pound pig, ready to be slaughtered.
Yeah, I think it's great.
I've got all kinds of things to say about that. And for one, anybody who has any arguments against that can take a look at beef prices at HEB.
Yeah, beef,
I
pork,
know it's
chicken,
not beef, but still, yeah. Prices on meat right now is just, it makes what we do a lot more valuable. Earl Matthews in the chat here says he doesn't like a good deer blind. And you say that because you haven't spent any time in his.
I'm just going to say, when I was a young man, I spent an awful lot of time in Michigan's Upper Peninsula sitting on a stump out in the elements, nothing around you. You're just sitting there waiting for deer to come. So now that I'm older, man, it's nice to sit in a nice heated blind with a chair and a table, and grandkids can come out when they get tired, go to sleep.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, grandkids and kids, to me, that's where I'm not a blind person either. I down here, I mean, it's a little bit different because we don't have public land and I don't have a lease, and leases are, especially with like oil field stuff going on around here, leases are stupid expensive. So hunting for us down here is a lot of like wandering around. At least that's how I was raised. And I like it that way. But that having been said, if you want to get somebody, you want to get the next generations, you want to get them, you got to keep them interested. You got to keep it kind of fun. You got to make it a little bit more comfortable for them. They'll advance. The older they get, they'll, figure it out, and they'll get like a little bit more back to the roots and stuff like that. But at least at first, when they're younger, you kind of got to pad it just a little bit. At least that's my 2 cents.
Solar power.
What's that?
Walter TX.
Solar power.
Yeah, solar. Right. Walter TX says you would pick it up. Which breed do you raise? Crossbreeds, or what are you raising?
Well, my dad started out back in the 40s, and he went to Michigan State University and he bought a pair of purebred gilts. And he talks about this story. It's kind of funny. He poured the concrete for the pens and all that stuff. When it came time for them to farrow, one had 2, one had 1, and it was kind of a big disappointment. So the neighbor said, "Well, how'd you do, Claire?" And he said, "Well, one had 2, one had 1. He says, "Why don't you bring them gilts over to my farm and we'll crossbreed them. We're not going to go purebred. We're going to crossbreed them." And I don't know, Dad always had this Yorkshire Duroc Hamp cross that he always did, and I guess that works for me too. So 3-way cross. And we also, when we raised a lot of cattle, we also crossbred our cattle too. There's no purebred cattle on our ranch, farm, whatever you want to call it.
Interesting.
Well, to follow up that story, he got those 2 yolks crossbred, and I think the next litter they had like 12 and 10 or some doggone thing like that. So he was hooked on. That's what I need to do is crossbreed from now on. I don't know if it really. I mean, there's people that raise purebreds and they have good results with 10, 12 pigs or whatever. But for Dad, it was always crossbreeding.
Hey, Dad. Speaking of dads, you got mine just showed up in the audience there, sir. Pleasure having you, man.
How you doing, Dad?
They're a little bit under the weather. So my mom texted me just a moment ago. She said they aren't going to make it. She said, we just got home. I'm going to bed. I'm not watching the show. And I was like, whatever. But there's my dad. So
you can watch it in bed, Mom. Very cool.
Yeah, we got 18 watching. I only see 12 thumbs up. So hit that thumbs up if you hadn't. Share it out if you can.
Yep,
and if anybody, we're still kind of experimenting, playing with some stuff here, but we do have some fun new toys to be playing with StreamYard that we do want to try to take advantage of, because we are actually having some conversations with the guys over at StreamYard about some stuff. And if anybody would like to show off their fishing and hunting catches from, I'm going to say last week, not even just last weekend, hit us up on social media. We have links to everybody's stuff down in the description of this video. You can hit me up on Twitter, hit up A&J Outdoors over here on Facebook. You want to send us some pictures? We'll bring them up. I've got some pictures to bring up here in just a moment. One, Darsizzle Offshore says hi. They had a great weekend, and this is what they sent us to be showing off your fishing for the weekend.
I think Putin lost control of that fish.
Man, I see this and I'm just like, that's thumbnail gold. And what really sells it is the look on Darcy's face.
Oh my God.
Yep.
It looks to me like Putin's lost a lot of weight. Didn't he used to be kind of a bigger fella?
He's been working on it. He's been
yeah, that's right.
I don't remember what thing he's doing, but whatever it is, it's working well for him.
Yeah. Anytime they do their catch and cooks, he has to comment that he's trying to keep the weight down. So
yeah. Which I'd imagine, I can't imagine, with the amount of fish they have to be eating, that's got to play into it pretty heavy. I would think, hadn't done me anything, but maybe I just need to eat more fish. So I thought that was fun.
So Stanley, you want to tell us about how your weekend and week has transpired? We talked about last week. You weren't in the live, right?
Yeah, I missed.
So that your Texas thing fell through because of illnesses, and then we didn't say any more than that. So
did y'all talk about that last week on the stream? We got to get caught up.
That's all we said was that
I haven't seen anyone in 2 weeks.
We said you weren't able to make it to Mexico, and that you guys had gotten sick. That's all basically.
Yeah, it was it was a pretty I don't know. It was a somber live stream because you weren't in Mexico. You were supposed to be in Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. So yeah, I understand. I understand and appreciate that. If the roles were reversed, I'd be the same way. I'd be like, man, I really can't be celebrating or having a fun live stream with these guys going through that. So I appreciate that, guys. So we were supposed to be in Mexico. We booked this trip in September. We go every year. We have for a decade now, every year. And I will refrain from pointing some fingers at this because I'm a little bit mad about what caused these events to transpire. But 16 hours before our flight left for Mexico, we tested positive for COVID. So we had to cancel the flight. We had to rearrange which, nobody wants to do that 16 hours before your flight. Nobody's like, hey, yeah, we'll move the hotel dates for you. No problem. That wasn't easy. But we got it all changed around and everything. And then I'd taken vacation for last week. Rachel was on vacation last week. We spent the entire damn vacation sick in bed. Savvy had strep throat the week before. So we had gone through that the week before, you know, and we were like, okay, everything's going to be cool. You know, she's getting better. She got her shot, which sucked, but she got it. And we thought everything was going to be fine for Mexico. And then we tested positive. So we immediately sent her to her grandparents. And luckily that was kind of a rough call. We weren't sure if it was the right call or not. But we did send her over there. She ended up not getting sick. We suffered through for a week, just stayed in bed, just slept all week. And it was kind of nice. I haven't had a week where I just slept in years. So, you know, that was strangely mentally refreshing or something. I don't know how to describe that, but it cost us a trip to Mexico. We were sick all week, and now I'm just happy to be back with everybody, back on here, back doing what we're doing. Hopefully Mexico happens again in May or June. But yeah. So that was my week. So what did I miss while I was gone?
We kicked out Grant. Yeah.
Grant goes just like, I'm tired of hearing this. I don't want to hear about it.
Well, you missed a lot of that because Grant kept having audio issues last week. So for me, we had planned a fishing trip, right? We were supposed to be.
Yes, you had a rough week. Yeah, tell me about it. Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
We were supposed to be at Choke Canyon. We were leaving Friday morning, going to fish Friday, stay the night, fish all day Saturday, stay the night, and come home Sunday. So Friday morning, Joel shows up. I've got the boat loaded, the truck loaded, ready to roll. Joel gets here late, of course, as usual. We'll get him in the truck and start driving down the road, and all of a sudden, my lights are flashing on inside the vehicle and making a ding noise, and my doors are trying to lock. Like, I'm like, what the? We slow down? What was that? Get out, make sure all the doors are shut. We're slamming doors. There's nothing telling me a door's ajar or anything. We're like, what the hell? So we get out to a main road, and it's just a constant flashing lights, ding, 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 doors chat. I'm like, well, we ain't driving an hour and a half somewhere with all this commotion going on. So we went back to the house, played around with the truck. Now, I did have driver's side passenger door for the last year or so at least, wouldn't lock automatically, whether with the fob or with the automatic locks inside the vehicle. So I just always had to manually lock it. So I thought, well, maybe it's something related to that. But anyway, so here's what so cancel the trip for now. Joel is going to come over Saturday morning, and we're going to hook the boat to his truck and just make a day run to that lake and back, right? So we're good. We're getting at least a day of fishing out of this. So Joel comes, hook the boat to his truck, drive down, get to the bait shop just before we're at the lake, go in, tell a lady to get her some minnows because we're looking for crappie and we're looking for white bass because they're about that time of year right now. And she kind of smirks at us like, well, where are you fishing? She's across the street from the lake. We're like, at the lake. She goes, a lot of boats. And I said, yeah, I did see a lot of boats as we were driving by. And she goes, yeah, there's a regional bass tournament. There's over 100 boats. I was like, what? Found out there's 191 boats. So we're like, well, crap. Okay, well, we're here, right? Let's go. So we get in the truck, we go up to the ramp. It's a state park, right? They have the ramp. Pull up, and the lady's like, the boat parking area is full. It's closed. You can't go in. We're like, what the hell? She goes, South Shore ramp is open. So you can still put in there because the tournament's all put in here. But she's telling everybody else South Shore ramp is open. So, of course, we go down to South Shore ramp, and it's crowded. But, hey, we can get on. It's closer to the areas we wanted to fish anyway, so we're great. All right. Ooh, man, that's two things now that have tried to sabotage us, right? So get on the water. Get out there. We found some good brush piles. We're about to tear up some crappie, drop the trolling motor, and I got troll motor with anchor lock. So you just anchor lock, and you just sit right there, you can tear them up. Troll motor don't work. Doesn't power up at all. And I'm like, what did we do that everything is going wrong? So we fished the whole day. Joel snagged one small blue cat by the tail and caught a freshwater drum, or for you there, Steve, a sheep's head. And that was it. And we drifted over areas. We anchored in one spot. We went out to these humps looking for the white, and it was just a total fiasco. And so now I'm at this point here where I'm too cheap to take my truck to the shop.
And this is tearing stuff out of it.
This is the wiring harness out of my back door. And apparently this part goes to the B pillar, right? And this part goes in the door. Open and close the door, open and close the door. In 2008, eventually the wires in here, right, get metal fatigue and get all hard and then crack. And so I guess a couple cracks so that door wouldn't power lock or unlock. That wasn't an issue. But I guess the rest of them cracked this last time I opened that door and shut it. And I pulled it back, and there were like 6 or 7 wires that were just completely cracked off. So I'll get to put this in tomorrow after work, and hopefully the truck is working fine again. And then I got to get on the boat and figure out the trolling motor issue. I did a little bit of check. Batteries are good, fully charged, so it's powered, and the fuses around those 2 batteries all good. So somewhere between the power source and the plug or the trolling motor itself, which is almost brand new, so I don't think that. And I keep it in the garage. It doesn't stay out in the weather or nothing. So I'm thinking there's some kind of wire issue in between the two. So again, electrical issues on the boat and the truck. Lesson learned, I'm good at making lists about things. If I'm going somewhere, packing lists and all that, it drives my wife crazy. But I make detailed lists because I don't want to forget stuff. Well, I have checklists for the boat. I've never had on that checklist to just check and make sure the damn trolling motor works before you leave on a trip for an hour and a half away and not have your trolling motor work.
I don't know if it matters that much. Like if
to make sure it was good.
It's Murphy's Law, man. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong, and there's nothing you can do about that sometimes.
John, you mentioned freshwater drum here a little bit ago, and I got this email. I haven't
denied too.
Huh?
You got denied too.
You got denied.
Yeah.
I did a video. It's been probably a year and a half ago. Chris caught this freaking huge freshwater drum, sheep's head, whatever you want to call it up here. And we went ahead and entered it into the Michigan Master Angler Award. And I got an email the other day that we've been denied.
What?
Yeah, really?
2020. This was last year.
Well, yeah, he got. So you got your big one? You got okay. So the one that was like huge, he did get. But this one here, I got denied the other day. It's a second one that he caught last year. Said the pictures weren't good and yada yada yada. I almost feel like, okay, here's a damn video. Here's a video link of him catching it. So I just thought about that. Had to tell you.
I had a similar one with that. They, I maybe I just didn't understand. I don't know, but I had an issue where in our third season, I think it was, of fishing videos, the whole theme for the season that year was getting the elite angler. Rachel and I were both trying to do it. We're going to try to get the elite angler award, which is 5 like plus size fish of various species in 1 year. We wanted to get it in 1 year, so. We got it. Like we did the whole thing. We caught all the fish that we needed to, and we submitted for it. And it was such a bummer for the season because we weren't able to like do anything about it. We just kind of had to end the season when it, because it was time to do like a new season. They never told us anything. They just never wrote back. They never, informed us or for anything. It was kind of a bummer.
Yeah. And
that's all I got on that. Like I never heard back from them.
That is a bummer. That ain't right.
I mean, you fill out the form, you give everything that they want you to put on that form, and then you get something back. Something wasn't right. Well, what the hell wasn't right? I've done these before. Filled it out, picture, size, your picture requirements, the size, where we caught it. Yeah.
Maybe a new guy.
Real quick here. So for anybody who wants in on this, you're welcome to hit us up on social media. Like we said earlier in the stream, we've got links in the description of this video for the John's Facebook page, for my Twitter account, hit us up anywhere. You can send us a picture. We'll get them on here. So my father-in-law is listening in, and he sent us a picture. We were talking about doing some hunting and everything. This was his hunting season up in Wisconsin.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is like, you know, that's a different kind of thing than what
Sweet.
we get.
Donkeys.
Yeah, they killed it up there. I helped them clear I have to mention this, Rich, if you're listening in, I'm going to go ahead and, like, you know, put my 2 cents in on this whole deal. So I helped them clear this land. When we went up to Michigan, and we did some fishing, John, Grant, and Steve, Hollinash, Chris, everybody on panel here. So we all met up in Michigan. We went and did a bunch of fishing. We've all got videos on our channels of the experience. It was amazing. It was like the coolest, like, collaboration trip thing ever. I got my first walleye. We had an amazing fish fry that no one can remember because we drank a whole lot of alcohol that day. Afterwards, we went to Wisconsin, my family did, and helped clear the lease that they were able to pull these guys off of. So I'm still waiting on the venison sausage to come in from that one.
You should get a cut. You should get a cut.
I got they're fair about it. They're giving me my cut, so that's why I'm like bragging about this, is that I get a cut of that guy right there.
Those are nice bucks. Congratulations.
Yeah, those going on the wall, because those definitely would be on the wall.
Yeah.
Got lucky with this, Rich. I apologize in advance if I'm not, like, supposed to be talking about this or not. I'm just going to go ahead and run with it. But so this lease is in a little bit of a valley, and they had a new 4-wheeler that they were using to get those deer out of there, and they rolled that thing. My brother-in-law is actually Sean there. He's suffering some back issues as a result of that. But the mounts are good. The mounts survive. That's the important thing.
Yeah, those are nice bucks for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Scully says, love walleye, definitely in my top 10 favorite eating fish for sure. Dude, I eat a lot of fish. I'm a saltwater guy. And it wasn't until like the last 2 years, 2 years ago, did some fishing up in Wisconsin. And then last year, of course, I went with all these guys, Michigan, Wisconsin, did that whole run. And I am totally I'm sold on it. Everything that I've eaten, and everything that people even they talk about, like the sheep's head we were talking about earlier, how it's like not like a big eating fish, the catfish, various species that people kind of turn they're not too fond of. Dude, I eat it all. I love it all. And yeah, walleye was freaking amazing. I love it. I think I've still got some walleye from when we went to Wisconsin last summer that I'm like holding on to for a special occasion.
Gotta ask, is there a meetup again this year at all, Gray?
We haven't planned anything yet. We haven't planned anything yet, just because right now my mom's in bad health and we just kind of don't know what's going on. So we haven't been trying to lock any dates yet. So I don't know. Okay. I want to go to Michigan. We like to spend 2 weeks up there at the house, but right now I don't know if or when. If we go, I know it won't be September, so it'd be earlier in the year. I just don't know. That's the best answer I can give. I have no idea right now.
I'm afraid I'm kind of in the same boat. We would normally be going in July, and for a variety of weird reasons, last week playing into the whole deal. So probably doing Mexico in June. July, we would normally be going up there, but I believe Rachel's family is coming down here in July. If that's the case, I'm not too fond of that idea because that's not the best time to be fishing down here. But if that's what happens, if they come down here in July, then I don't know when we would make our trip up there. Now,
I like Janet's answer.
Thanksgiving, and yes, yeah, okay. So I'm not gonna lie about so Janet's sitting saying we all needed to meet up in Corpus Christi. It is everybody's turn to do that. Also, we're talking about a gentleman was saying in the chat just a moment ago. We're talking about doing Florida. That needs to be a serious conversation as well.
Heck yeah, lots of things. I definitely am probably going to maybe be in Michigan.
Definitely, probably,
year,
maybe
Steve, sometime. So sometime or another, we'll at least see each other. I don't know how it's going to go with everybody, but
yeah. And if you guys set a date, we'll try our damnedest to be there for sure.
Yeah,
cool.
Same here.
Cool.
And all that aside, I just went through a whole disclaimer, line of BS kind of a thing. I absolutely fell in love with Michigan last year. Like I love Wisconsin. I would own property in Wisconsin. Rachel's got me sold on that. Her family's got me sold. Michigan was gorgeous. I was not expecting that, and I am very excited about the next opportunity to get up there because that was a lot of fun. Beautiful area.
You found what I like about it. Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
See,
I
had a few.
Go ahead, Grant.
I was gonna say I had a few people message me when we were in Michigan. Hey, we're not that far away. The problem with Florida is there is so many YouTubers that we know in Florida. It's like, man, I would need 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The number one problem going to Florida is going to be Jerry, ma'am, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Jerry. I haven't pulled this off yet. I've got some exciting things coming for you. And I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm not going to talk about it just yet, because I haven't pulled it off yet, but I just want you to know I've got some exciting things coming for you.
Yeah, good to see you, Jerry. We've been missing you.
Yep. So I just want to do a quick disclaimer. I sounded talking about my trip down to the lake and how horrible everything went. There's still, I try to be a very positive person, and there still was some positive. Me and Joel found some new spots out there that show a lot of promise for crappie, which I haven't been able to find in a long time, especially that lake. And there's one point where we are anchored up by some brush piles. It's just if you ever tried to anchor with a single anchor over a brush pile, everything moves the boat. You can't stay. Anyways, boat comes in right near us by this pylon by the dam of this lake, just maybe 15 yards away from us. Pulls up, hits his trolling motor, drop lines in, and boop, here comes one big crappie. Next guy, boop, here comes another big crappie. I'm like, Joel, pay attention to exactly where that place is, because we get down here with my damn trolling motor working, we're going to be fishing that spot. So we found some spots that look promising. So there was some positives from the weekend.
I haven't asked this enough. What do we need to do, or not we so much as what do I need to do? What do I need to do to be better friends with him?
With who?
Like you and I are close. Joe.
Oh, Joel.
Sorry. Yeah.
You're gonna have to meet him. Joel is not an internet guy. He doesn't do YouTube. He barely knows how to work his Facebook. In fact,
you're selling me. I'm sold. I'm already sold on him as a friend.
When I look on Facebook in my messenger thing for all the people you could message, there's 3 Joels, because he'll have an account, he'll forget his password, he won't know how to get his account back, and he'll start a new account. And then he'll have that account for a while, he'll forget his password, he won't know how to get his account back, so he'll start a new account. So
I think we're related.
Yeah,
he sounds exactly like
this. Just makes me want to be friends with him more.
So age-wise, he's between me and Steve. He's older than me, but he's not as old as Steve. No, he probably is about Steve's age, right?
You guys are okay age. I don't mind hanging out with you guys. I don't have to worry about getting into a bar fight or anything hanging out with you guys.
No, you don't. Not anymore.
Of course, the problem with that is if that does happen, I can just see you. I know this is at least how my dad is. If that were to happen, I know my dad would rely heavily on myself and my brother. And in this situation, it'd be like me and Grant. And I mean, I'm good for you 1 round or whatever, but
well, I'm that old
Chris, you're an
Army guy. I can't run. I can't fight for a long fight. So I'm going to have to be as violent as possible, as early as possible.
Yeah.
That's my only option.
Yeah, dude, Scully, I'm in the same boat with everybody here is pretty much in the same boat. We do social media or at least I do it's a necessary evil. I don't enjoy it. I don't like doing it. YouTube is my thing, and I use the social media as a means for being able to hang out with people. Like right now, anybody who wants to be able to share pictures on the live stream, social media is the way for us to be able to do that. Because I don't have a YouTube way of taking pictures from everyone. If it wasn't for that, I'd be I'd be done. I actually quit Facebook, everything, got rid of the computer in 2012. I canceled it all, and just recently, did all of this stuff because of YouTube. Otherwise, I was very happy not having any of it.
And you're still not on Facebook.
And I'm still not on Facebook. Yeah, I'm doing what I have to do just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, sorry about popping out. My audio keeps going wonky.
That's what I figured
Yeah.
it was.
John, so is there any videos from the weekend trip?
No,
How to repair your wiring on your anything?
no, that was one of those things. It's all drizzly and rainy out, and I just, before I knew what was wrong, I just tore the door panel off, started taking one, and so by then it was like I could have shot a video, but I'll put it all back together and try. Nah, there'll be some stuff on Instagram and Facebook, and that'll be about it.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Which
I
one of you
thought-
guys are going fishing with Danny Baker first? Seems like he's catches a lot of fish.
He's a
Danny
dang
Baker is
kayaker.
good at what he knows.
Me and Stanley don't kayak.
Yeah, that's I'm committed to doing this with Danny. I've talked about it on a couple of occasions. We've called each other and we just missed each other. I don't like kayaks. I'm not going to lie about that. I hate it. I don't want to have anything to do with that. I'm going to do it for Danny. Otherwise, I don't want to have anything to do
That'd
with
be a great
kayak.
video.
Yeah, I'll bitch and complain about it.
Yeah, I mean, a fail is a good video for views, maybe.
Yeah.
Except that it's going to be stupid embarrassing because I'm gonna be fat dude rolling over in the kayak and there's not going to be fish caught and it's going to be like slow and not interesting.
Just make it a short. It'll be fun when just the rollover part.
Yeah.
That would be me right there. I do not do well in a kayak. I know one time we went out duck hunting and our decoys got out a little far. So it was like this deep. So the waders weren't going to work. So we went and borrowed a kayak and Chris went out and got the decoys. I knew I couldn't. So I don't fit into one of them.
You're like, we need to buy some new decoys anyway.
Dude, in Sharkathon a couple years ago, I went all in that first year that I did it, and we rented a kayak, and I hired Nick to paddle out baits for me. And his wormy ass wormed his way out of kayak. And he's like, you don't know how to kayak. And this dude's been surfing for 15 years. He refused to do the kayak. So I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'll do the kayak. I got like 8 years on him, but whatever. I'll paddle out the baits. The first time I go to paddle out a bait, I twisted my ankle on the sandbar, getting rolled in the surf on that thing.
I don't hear it, David.
Do you not hear it? I do have music in the background. I appreciate you catching that. I'm playing with some things here.
You're using
Yeah, I
some of
heard
the
it too,
background
David.
tunes?
Yeah.
I'm too deaf to hear it.
We got it
Yeah,
here.
I don't hear it.
It's low. I got it super low. How about?
Okay.
Yeah, you see? We're chill.
Very cool.
We're playing with it.
Hey, Brad, how you doing?
See, Danny said that was his video idea, just to get you to roll over in a kayak.
Hey,
Do a
I
rescue video,
understand.
Danny, how you saved his life. Oh, that's money.
I understand the value in that. And Danny, I will do that. I will take that hit for you. And it's not even going to be fake. I will totally, I can tell you right now, I'm going to get rolled. You can save my ass, and it'll be what it is.
That's funny. Wild Game Pursuit in the house.
What's up, Brad?
Appreciate you coming and joining us. We're hanging
Yeah,
out here.
yeah.
We got a few more minutes. We got another 12 minutes or so here. Scully, that was funny. What did you say a second ago? That made me laugh. Okay, so they make some awesome yak rigs for the big guys, tall guys. I would need, I am 6'3". I would like, and I'm pretty big these days. I wouldn't mind a the Cadillac version of it, like what Danny was talking about. He said, what'd you say earlier? Yakking is where it's at. This is the way. I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you guys do on kayaks. And I'm a surfer. I like surfing. I still paddle out my baits with a surfboard.
Yeah,
I've just had a rough time with it on a kayak.
Which one?
Rolled 3 times in 4 years. Probably not bad. Less than once a year.
Also, I've noticed this. This isn't something I noticed until this year, but let me know what you guys think about this. What are your thoughts? Yeah, that's exactly. That's it.
Best comment of the night right there.
That's it. That gets the award.
Oh, man.
Poor guy.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Robert.
Hey, we're in the same boat, man. You should have seen me limping back from the last one.
That's right, Stanley. He also spear fishes.
Yeah, he does.
He does fly fishing. I've seen that, and surf fishing. We all do surf fishing, so we got to get in there.
Spear fishing that's how I came across him in the first place, was spear fishing, and that's what I like. That is the thing that got us initially talking about going out together. Is we haven't had a weather window, but we're supposed to be meeting up for some spear fishing at some point. That's what I'm all about.
You got to go out on the kayak to get to the spear fishing spot.
Man, oh yeah, we could do Sammy Dam. Well, not me. I mean, I don't know if I'd trust myself in a kayak for that paddle, but that's where it's at. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
I don't know, Stanley. That music's starting to make me think I'm at a 25-cent live show.
Here.
Put some rock music on there. There's a rock one. I remember that.
You know what we need is some NBA playing.
Yeah, that'd be a lot better than any of that junk they got down there.
Bushcrafter, we need you to license some tracks for us to use.
Yeah.
So he's getting it all down.
So
I will say that I've been able to use some of Roland's music on some of my videos, and love it.
Yeah.
Love that music.
I remember those.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Kayak Spear the Rig. That's going to be, I'm waiting to see the video for that, Danny, because I won't be going with you on that one. But
so when you do that, before you go on that trip, first and foremost, before you go on that trip, I want to have a little chat about SEO before you make that run, because I want to hear you say some specific things in that video, and I want to see you orient that video in a certain way for the purposes of virality. Second off, you better have a very big ice chest, because on a good day you got to capitalize on the amount of stuff available to you, and there's going to be a lot, especially if you do like Sammy Dam or something like that. You go out there like this month, if you get a weather window, dude, there is going to be a ton of sheep set out there. You're going to be able to bag out no problem.
Definitely.
Yeah, wild game, dude. I moved into the epidemic realm myself. YouTube, I'm cool with their library. I appreciate what they do, but I wanted more.
yeah, I'm still using YouTube just because I don't put a lot of music on my videos, but there's certain ones that I like. So, and they add new stuff all the time.
Yeah, and they're
I'm not into paying for it yet. I don't make enough on YouTube, hardly anything right now, to justify paying for music.
Shannon, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. I have that video will be coming out. I'm going to take my time on it. Expect it Thursday, Friday, something like that. And you have a gift card coming in the mail. Please don't let any of these other jerks know what the location is. If anybody else wants to find the treasure that we buried on Padre Island, you can watch the season 4 videos like everybody else and find the clues and go dig yourself up a treasure.
Night, Shannon.
Skull Nation said he had one rod loaded up and had to chase the other.
Yeah, those are the moments that define your trips.
That is a good one.
Yeah, what the heck do I do is lose both fish. That's what usually happens to me when I catch two.
I got one video where I got back 8 years ago or whatever. I'm drift fishing for cats, and I got one, so I'm reeling that one in, and all of a sudden the other rod, because I got 4 rods in, the other rod starts bending, and so I get crank on that one to make sure he's hooked, and I reel the first one in, then go and get the second one in. Very exciting when that happens.
Well, I hate to brag, but I got a video where we scooped up 3 walleye all in the same short clip.
Wow. That's worth bragging about.
Hey, I got a video, one of my offshore trips from last summer, where we caught 2 almost legal amberjack on the same jig. That's 68 inches of fish on one jig.
It's a lot.
Pretty impressive. Wild Game Pursuits having some problems uploading the video. Huh.
That sucks, man.
That does suck.
I haven't heard of any issues going on.
Don't be afraid to contact them. I've had issues twice now. That one, I had that audio break in the video where the video clip, there's no audio break, but once it's uploaded to YouTube, it is. And I deleted and re-uploaded it 3 times. Finally, they took it, and after about 4 or 5 days, they did some kind of magic and put it together for me. And then this last one, I had a video sitting there. It says it's uploaded and it's processing, waiting to process. It was
Didn't
like
that
for
take like 3 days, John?
say again?
Didn't that take like 3 days before they finally put it
At
up for you?
least. At least 3 days. The other one says waiting to process, and it was like that for like 5 hours. So I contact them on their chat thing, and they're like, if it goes more than a few more hours, just try to reload it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to reload it. But then, like, I could see the video when I'd go to it. It's just in YouTube Studio is showing that it was still processing. So finally, when I checked it the next day, it was fine. So I don't know. It was magic, I guess.
It's there. Do you process in 1080 or 4K?
Who, me?
Yeah.
1080 typically, yeah.
So,
I'll do when I produce it on my software, I'll do that in 4K, but then I'll upload it. I think it's 1080. I think that's it.
Oh, no. So, little inside secret: YouTube prefers 4K, and they give preference to 4K files. So you'll process faster through YouTube if you upload in 4K. So the upload speed, it might take longer to upload, but you'll process faster because they want those 4K videos out. And Wild Game, if you have any issues at all with YouTube, get a hold of them on Twitter. That is the best support channel for them. Everything else is like worthless. Yeah, at Team YouTube is the best way to get a hold of those guys.
Hey, David, I have not flown my drone in probably a couple months, so this is the first I've heard of it. I'll have to look into it. I know there's a YouTube video out. One of the drone guys was saying there's an update for the DJI, but I haven't done the update either, so maybe that's the issue people are having. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, David. Yeah, he asked me about it last night through Messenger, and I tried to pull my DJI app up, and it was, I forget exactly what it said, but basically it was like, this app contains bugs, cannot open.
Huh. Wow. That's crazy. You can ask Steve too. He's a drone expert. He's got a DJI too.
No, I have a drone. Not from him, but my son flies it and does a much better job because so far I've put it into the trellis fence, I put it into another fence, I put it into a tree on the side of my truck.
We're on the same page, Steve. I love you because we are so on the same page with this. We got a drone from a sponsor a couple years ago, and I've probably flown that thing like 3 times. I despise it. I wish I had never done that deal. My brother here in the chat, Peter Orchard Studios, has a drone. And like all of my drone footage is either ripped off of Creative Commons from YouTube, or I hire Peter to come down and film for a weekend and get all the drone footage that I can get. And then I recycle that, or like, use different clips of it for different videos, because I cannot stand the time it takes to try to get that drone into the air and try to get that shot. It is just not, like, I'm a dude trying to film on a phone. Drones is just not me. John has given me footage from videos in the past too. I've used a lot of his stuff.
I love the drone. I love what Chris
it's gorgeous
does with it.
It's gorgeous.
I mean, he's got some incredible stuff where he's flying the drone over top of the combine and the grain cart, and the dust is rolling, and he's flying sideways as the combine's going through the field.
Yeah.
He can do it. I just run it into trellis fences and trees inside of my truck. So
you got to have, it's worth investing in a pilot like Peter here. He is. It's worth investing in somebody who's going to film that for you. Like, I don't care if you have to recycle some footage from time to time, or if you film, an entire year's worth of drone B-roll over the course of a weekend to use throughout. In my opinion, it's worth it, because like the footage that he gets is like so much better than anything I would do anyway.
Hey,
Danny,
go ahead.
Okay, so 4K is better, yes, but the key to it for YouTube purposes, they prefer 4K videos, and the way they tell if it's 4K is by the file format. You don't actually have to have 4K footage so long as the file itself is formatted in that 4K format. Then you'll get preference in the upload and processing.
And if you film it in 4K, it's going to take up a lot more space typically on your drive, whatever you're using to record it on.
Hey, Weekend Warrior, I tell you what, you're jumping in. We're right here, man. We're actually over time.
Always late.
He is right. That's awesome though. So guys, we are wrapping this whole thing up. Let us know in the chat what you guys got coming up for the rest of the week here. Gentlemen and everybody on panel here, Steve, man, it is freaking awesome to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to see you again, Steve.
Guys, what have we got going on this week?
Thank you.
You're working on your, well, yeah, that's, I just want to see you being able to get out on the water again. I want to see you, now is the time. We're supposed to be having a catfishing trip coming up here. We've got clams in the bay and there's redfish around the jetties. John, we need to be getting some stuff together.
I get truck and boat. You know, my truck and my boat goes down. That's frustrating.
Yeah, it's bad news.
Yeah. So that means John needs a new truck and a new boat.
No. New boat. I'll take new boat. I don't
new
want
boat. The truck is secondary.
Yeah, I'll get the truck going.
Hey, Stanley needs a new boat too, just FYI.
Stanley needs
I want John's boat. I wanted to buy John's boat.
I'm still gonna sell it. But I gotta make sure it's right first.
Ben, with you working this week, hoping to go to Rockport in 2 weeks. Hey, you know what? Actually, I've been wanting to do a Rockport trip for a long time. Keep in touch with me. I don't know if I can pull that off, but if I can, I'd love to. Peter's saying we need a fish fry stream. I love that. We do need to do one. Win CCA, Danny.
There you go. That's a good goal. Get a truck and a boat. There you go. That's what he's saying. Win the CCA. Right. I get a truck and a boat. There you go. Good plan.
Mr. Martin, appreciate that, sir. Guys, I want to thank everybody so much. Chris, Steve, Grant, John. Gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure. I was feeling just rough all week last week, and you guys just made it all better this week, and I can't wait to see what we got coming up. You guys catch some stuff, send us some pictures on social media. We will see you guys again at the in our live stream next week, which is going to be on Grant's channel.
Yes.
Fantastic. Send us some pics. Let's see what you got. Go do something exciting, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm going to go ahead and throw on that last thing. Yeah.
Have a good week.
Good night, guys. We'll catch y'all later on.
Cheers.